you know that I have been through a lot of pain. I totally just dropped my diet, like dropped my lifestyle to accommodate working a ton, like eating lots of processed food, bread, fried food, drinking lots of caffeine, and it just really created inflammation in my body to where everything I ate was painful, to where I was having back pain. It was absolutely crazy. And so I've done a total revamp of my diet. And I've mentioned in a recent video that I was doing a fast and finally feeling better. I did 3 days of the bone broth fast. It was supposed to be for 4 days. That was my goal. I do see a holistic doctor and he wanted me to do 7. So I was like, okay, I'll try 7. No, I can't. Like, second day, I was like, okay, I can do 4. Let's do 4. And then the third day, I was like, okay, let's get this over with. So I did a 3-day bone broth fast, and the reason why I chose to do bone broth over a juice fast is because I do have some medical history with like digestive problems. I have what's called GERD, and GERD is gastroesophageal reflux disease, and it's pretty much like a severe version of acid reflux. I started getting it when I was 22, and I just had severe like chest pains. Like I thought I was having a heart attack, and so I would go to the emergency room like a few times. Like I went to the emergency room, and no one knew what was wrong. And finally, I found a doctor who recognized as GERD, like really bad acid reflux. And you feel it up here, you feel pressure, you feel pain, and it causes anxiety because it's really scary. And so once that was diagnosed, I found out that like there are certain foods that trigger it. So I pretty much developed food allergies. I developed an allergy to chocolate. It has not been easy. And I developed an allergy to broccoli and pork. But you know, pork I shouldn't be eating anyways. But that's a whole nother discussion about pork. So chocolate and broccoli, like those are two things that doesn't make any sense for you to be allergic to. I developed these food sensitivities because of my gut. Like I have like digestive problems and my gut needs to heal. And this doctor that I've been seeing recognized the cause of my GERD from what's called leaky gut. And so I was doing a bone broth fast to help heal my gut. So not eating any food to let the digestive system rest, cleanse itself, and then bone broth because it has collagen from the bones, and collagen helps repair the lining of your stomach, of your intestines. Like, it's just really great for that reason. And some people just sip like a mug, or you know, you can even drink it as soup if you really want to, just once a day or like every so often a week to heal. And people have found that they don't get sick as often because they say sickness is related to your gut. So I decided to try it and hopefully, you know, get rid of my food sensitivities, my food allergies. We'll see what happens, but I have just broken the fast. And so it's recommended to eat fermented foods when you're breaking a fast. So that's kimchi, anything probiotic really, like kombucha. Kombucha is a probiotic drink I have. And then I was even recommended like certain yogurts, but I'm trying to stay away from dairy. But let me get into it. So when I say bone broth, I'm not talking about regular broth. I'm talking about like legit, like where it says bone. Bone, 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 bone. And so this is a brand I use. I don't really recommend it because, I mean, flavor-wise, it's like it doesn't have that much flavor, but it's not bad. It's not horrible. And I really like this brand. This is Epic. And you can find this at the store. This is beef jalapeno sea salt. And it has other things in it, like, so when they're boiling the bones in water, lots of companies put vegetables in it to give it flavor so it's not super bland. So this has obviously water, grass-fed beef, onions, celery, carrots, mushrooms, jalapeno, garlic, sea salt, apple cider vinegar, thyme, like the seasoning thyme. So yeah, they make this in small batches. I really like the turkey version. If you can find a turkey version, it's really good. It just has apple juice in it. I'm sure it's not that much because the sugar content is like 2 grams of sugar. So I'm pretty sure it's not that bad, but it's pretty tasty if you just want to like sip on it and just see what it's like. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was using the entire time. I had those two. I still have a bunch left, but you know what? I'm just gonna sip it, going forward. I think it's gonna be a solid part of my diet now because I've read so much about the benefits that I can do for your digestive health. And if you have food sensitivities or digestion problems, like seriously look into bone broth. You don't have to do a fast. It's just the fastest way to heal. And if you're having severe problems, I would recommend it, but obviously there's other ways to do things. So that's that. And just an example of kombucha. I love kombucha. Kombucha is really good. I don't really drink soda, but it kind of reminds me of soda, but it's not strong, like the carbonation part. I mean, it reminds me of soda. But yeah, kombucha has a lot of probiotics, which is why they recommend it for after a fast. And I know there's different ways to go about breaking a fast. So, I mean, if you break your fast differently, feel free to leave a comment. I love to hear your experience doing that, but this is how I've been doing it. And like I've said before, there's no right or wrong way. Like everyone's body is different, but I had no problems breaking my fast. My stomach did not hurt or anything. But yeah, this is just kombucha with fresh pressed ginger. And I did see some other things, like there's like mango and stuff, and there's a lot of other cool brands, but it has sugar in it. And I know to make kombucha, you need sugar for the bacteria to eat it. Sorry, if you don't know anything about kombucha, I don't want to freak you out, but probiotics do contain healthy bacteria. And so to make kombucha, you do use sugar or honey to, when it's fermenting, and yeah, to create that bacteria. So that's why I'm kind of confused about that in that respect of kombucha. But I just avoid added sugar in my kombucha, and I recommend you do the same thing. So this brand, GTS, they don't have added sugar. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, my bone broth experience, gosh, I will tell you one thing. I do have a lot more energy, like physically. What I've noticed is that I had a lot of mental clarity. And I had mental energy. I did not have a problem thinking, like being quick on my feet when it comes to things, but physically and when I would speak as well would be really slow, way slower than normal. And going up and down stairs were kind of difficult. Like it was like, I feel like I was out of shape. And that's what I really didn't like. That's probably the biggest reason why I decided to stop at 3 days. But it's good that now I know what to expect. And I think I will do more fasts in the future because I like how it has that impact on your body, like the cleansing, like letting your digestive system rest. Like just because of my medical history, I think I will consider to do it maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. And what else about fasting? So the first day, like when it comes to hunger, that's when it's the most annoying. And then when you wake up the next day, it's not as big of a deal. Like, you don't really feel hungry until you're in, let's say you're like at a store or something, you're at Barnes & Noble, and you start smelling like Starbucks coffee or like Starbucks, like cooking their food. And then you start to be like, oh man, I am hungry. But it's not like that nagging, like in your stomach, like, ugh, like gnawing at you. It's not that bad the second day. The second day was probably I wouldn't say easiest. It was the easiest when it came to hunger, but energy-wise, like I definitely felt a huge drop in my energy the second day. And the third day, I felt fine with my energy. I think that was when my blood sugar was probably stabilizing, getting used to it. But the whole like physical thing, like driving, was exhausting, and I just couldn't do it. I think if I wasn't as busy as I am, which I don't know if that will ever change now that I think about it. But yeah, fasting, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. I did get tired of drinking stuff, and my doctor said that's fine. Like, if I get tired of drinking bone broth, just drink water, and it's pretty much like a water fast. But there's no reason to force yourself to keep drinking bone broth. I drank a lot of bone broth the first day because obviously I was hungry. And the second day, like, no, like, I still have half of this left. And this is like, how many? This is 32 fluid ounces. So I'll probably cook with this to use it up. And like I said, with this, I'll just like sip on it. This is 2 servings, so like half of this. This is only 14 fluid ounces. And I'm telling you, it's pretty tasty. It probably sounds weird, but it's tasty. So that's where I'm at with turning around my health, and I've been really focusing on eating really clean, like no processed foods. I did do that detox, when I was in pain, and I wasn't eating any sugar, and then processed food, like I just said. I stayed away from caffeine. I still haven't had caffeine, and no alcohol. Like, I pretty much tell people, like, I don't drink anymore. I'm just prioritizing my health over everything, because like I've said before, like, when you start achieving your goals and you realize that you're so much closer to the success that you want, and you have that drive, well, first of all, it's hard to keep that drive going when you continue to get sick, or you're having like stomach problems, or like you're mentally like fuzzy or foggy because of the food you're eating. That's not going to help you get there faster or the way you want to. And also, once you achieve what you want, like once you get your dream job, or once you get that check that you've been wanting to get, what's the point if you're in pain because you've been living an unhealthy lifestyle? So that's what I'm living by. And I did get really inspired by Christina, Fully Raw Christina. She's on YouTube. Check her out. She's pretty freaking awesome. She's a little bit more to the extreme to what some people may think. She's a raw vegan, and she's a chef as well. She was deathly ill at such a young age. I think like 14 or 15. She couldn't eat anything without being in pain or having to go to the hospital. And she weighed like 80 pounds, and she started eating raw vegan, and like her body healed itself, and now she eats all the time, like lots of smoothies. I actually have her I ordered her book. It's fairly new, but I just want to get some ideas. She has a lot of juices, a lot of smoothies, so I've been loving smoothies. But now that it's getting colder, I'm probably going to back off of that. But let me show you. Like, she has the cotton candy juice, and that's just like ginger, beets, apples, pineapples, like, and she tells you the amount that you should use in it. But what I'm really excited about, you want to know what I'm really excited about? It's the dessert section. So I've given up sugar because I've realized that I'm pretty much like a cigarette smoker when it comes to sugar. Like, I keep quitting, and then it's like a holiday, like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, oh, it's my birthday, I'll just have this. And then I just relapse, and like I eat like a disgusting amount of sugar. Like, that's what I've always been known for, like my entire life. Like, I've been known as the girl who will eat 6 cupcakes. And I've realized through lots of research and reading that I am slowly killing myself by doing that, because sugar has been found to be a major cause of heart disease, coronary heart disease, and that's slowly becoming one of the top killers in the United States. So I just have to stay away. So Christina has desserts, like fruit-based desserts, no processed sugar. And what I just showed you, this is a fully raw cherry cobbler. And I'm so excited. I may have to share this with you guys and see if it really lives up to what it looks like. I mean, it looks delicious, but that's what I'm stoked about. And I want to try some of these other recipes. I love raw food. There's a raw restaurant in Charlotte. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. I am predominantly vegetarian, but you know, I just want to limit my meat intake. Here's a raw lasagna. Gosh, I've had raw lasagna before. It's really freaking good. And she has like salad dressings in here, soup. So I'm excited to implement this to my new diet. So to all my fellow health nerds, that's what's been going on. I appreciate you asking about me, saying if I'm feeling better. Yeah, the scoliosis is at minimum, like really small degrees. And I'm still going to the chiropractor. I only go once a week now. Before I was going 3 times a week. Like, that's how bad it was. So yeah, I'm doing a lot better. And I would love to hear what type of like nutrition regimen you're on and things like that. I just love talking about it. So that's all I got for you. And I will definitely keep you guys updated with things that I'm learning along the way. So I hope you have a fantastic day. And don't forget to check out my website. I am building more and more on it, trying to make it a place for really good content for you. And I will start doing newsletters in the near future once I get the website, you know, to where I want it to be. But yeah, so thanks. Like this video if you like it. Let me know what you think about me adding some health and fitness info on here. And have a good day, guys. Bye.